Big man ting, smash the like button and subscribe. So as most of you have probably heard by now, if any of you man listen to DJ Academics, otherwise known as DJ McDonald's, you'll know that he's got some pertinent information as it pertains to the Pop Smoke situation. And it's a very sad story. Essentially, what's happened is, just like after the event, well, what do we know? When the goons pulled up to Pop Smoke's rented house or wherever it was in the hills, they pulled up, they shot him dead, and he was the only man. There was about 6 men deep there. He was the only man shot dead. Now, not only is that suspicious, not only did I say myself, what's the point of having goons around? What's the point of having your so-called friends around if when ops pull up, you're the only one who ends up dead? Not only was I critical in that respect, that his friends couldn't defend him whilst he was living, now he's dead, his so-called friends, his so-called goons, his so-called brothers are refusing to talk to the police. Now, it might be the case that, I don't know, in a few weeks' time there's some street retribution. But I think that I'm sceptical. Listen, the bottom line is, yeah, if these so-called friends weren't prepared to defend Pop Smoke's life when he was living, I don't believe they're going to be on some retribution thing. Do you know what I'm saying? When the ops pulled up, that's what, if they was really about it, they would have done something then to protect his life, wouldn't they? They wouldn't have let him be shot dead and then trying to set something up afterwards to go and get some get back. And if anything, if I was the police and these people are refusing to speak, I'd be looking at them as prime suspects in as much as setting him up. Something ain't right here. How can 4 ops even, number one, know the location? Well, okay, yeah, well, Pop Smoke did post some of his addresses online, fine. Okay, so maybe the ops got the address from there, fine. But how did they know that Pop Smoke wasn't armed? How did they know that none of his goons were going to put up a fight? The only way they'd know that is if Pop Smoke's goons, Pop Smoke's so-called brothers, were in on it. And now it's just way too coincidental. It comes to getting some justice, and all of a sudden, this sort of dead-ass street code. Then again, I must admit, the fact of the matter is, Pop Smoke did rep GBK, so that was like some sort of street gang, some I don't even know the name, some random acronym. Who really cares? Some dead acronym anyway. But listen, live by the sword, die by the sword. Ultimately, all we can say on this one is that play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Now, that's not to say that Pop Smoke deserved this, but any rapper out there, just don't involve yourself in this kind of life. Yeah, do it for hype. Be a 6ix9ine. Be a hype man. Talk about it. Front it. But don't be doing it. Don't be repping it. Do you know what I mean? Hang around with the so-called simps. Hang around with the squares. Yeah, in the videos, pay some people to pull up and whatnot. 6ix9ine style. 6ix9ine literally had the perfect, he had the perfect little hustle going on. Perfect. Where he went wrong, he started to believe his own hype. He started to buy into his own image. He forgot it weren't real. Yeah? He actually, everything, listen, obviously I don't know the man, but from where I was sitting, I thought 6ix9ine was playing it nicely. I thought he understood his role. But 2-2s, when we hear that he was actually trying to, like, for example, when we saw him on TMZ talking about putting a hit on Chief Keef, I thought that was just banter. Little did we know that he was actually behind the scenes trying to pay one of his brethren to secure the hit. That's the difference there. It's one thing saying it on TMZ. It's another thing actually offline, behind the scene, trying to set something up. The point is, 6ix9ine set the template out. He just went a bit over. He just took it a step too far. You man in the industry need to take the clout, act it, but don't be it, because being it gets you dead. That's all we see, a whole gang of dead man. And it's no good being, oh, I'm a real nigga. What's the point being a dead real nigga? There ain't no point. You're much better being a so-called, I'd rather be an alive fake nigga than a real. And to be fair, how real are you really? What's real about being a gangster, really? Because the only thing that I see black gangsters doing is causing problems in their own community. They ain't tearing up no one else. They ain't fucking with the Mexicans. They ain't fucking with the whites. All they seem to want to do is fuck with each other. So in that reality, how real is being real? It's all questionable. It's all stupidness. And like I said, looking around the place, all this gang business has got a whole gang of people dead. Everyone. Recently. Apart from maybe Juice WRLD. But even then, it's all linked in. The whole people talking about narcotics all the time, talking about taking drugs. It's all one big convoluted mess. The industry wants... Because who listens to rap music the most? Black people. That's why they're talking about... You know what I mean? You don't hear no... Look at for example, look at Justin Bieber. You don't really hear him talking about popping oxycodone, do you? You don't see One Direction talking about popping this, popping that. That's what they're man listening to. But our community telling the people to... If they're not encouraging us to take the drugs, they're encouraging us to sell them. It's mad. This is what you call programming. But obviously, there's certain men who are locked in and that. I've gone off track here, but back to the start of this video. Essentially, Pop Smoke's so-called man, Pop Smoke's so-called goons need to be ashamed of themselves. Because when the ops pulled up, you shit yourself when you did fuck all. Didn't do nothing to help him. Let him be shot dead. And now the police, the one people who might actually try and do something about it. Because one thing the police are good at is locking black people up. So, from my point of view, if someone kills my friend, I'm not looking to go jail. Because you best believe, if you do get retribution, you're going to be liable to go jail yourself. So you're much better off just slyly cooperating with the feds. It's not like you're gonna have to, like, I don't know. Well, I guess you would have to cooperate, but still, whatever. The fact of the matter is, Pop Smoke's family deserve justice. If he was your real friend, true justice, go and let them ops sit in jail for 40 years, 50 years, and reflect on their decisions. That's what true justice is. To be honest, going and killing them, that's too short, that's too quick. Go and let him sit down in jail. Like Mel Murder. Oh man, I'm sorry, Judge. I'm sorry. I've realised the streets don't love me, Judge. That's what they need, but you man are weird, goofy looking dudes. This whole street code's hella goofy. Street code says that if 4 ops run in the house and kill your man dead, it's okay to do nothing, and it's okay, or not it's okay, but not only is it acceptable not to do nothing, it's also acceptable not to tell the police who are looking to do something. You man are just listen, our community is just messed up, man, all over the place. A whole bag of what other places do you know have rules like this? It's hella dumb rules, hella goofy, dumbass looking dudes. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe, and your boy will be back.